Dude, I just played the Final Fantasy VII Remake and it was awesome. I waited so long for this game and it was well worth the wait. They really expanded on this story in a way that I never saw coming.
Man, I can't believe you.
What?
The original Final Fantasy VII was fine just the way it was, and a true fan would know that. Well, I disagree with that. I played the original game and I knew everything you could possibly know about it, including where every 1/35th of a soldier was located. It was an innovative game with an amazing story that was well ahead of its time, but people want HD graphics and a faster paced combat. If fans really wanted a remake, what's wrong with having one?
Look, I think the original was okay and all, but let's face it. The graphics are dated, the mechanics are old news, and the spelling errors in the dialogue make it really hard to...
You see, this is what's wrong with your generation.
We're the same generation, dude.
You can't appreciate the original Final Fantasy VII for the masterpiece it was. For a lot of people, this was their first Final Fantasy game, their first RPG even, and it put the Sony PlayStation on the map. Maybe you weren't around when it first came out. Maybe you were the type of person who thought video games were for losers, but you can never understand how it felt to play this game for the first time. The story progression, the character development, the minigames. This Final Fantasy VII created a whole world for me to live in whenever I wanted to, because the real world didn't seem to want to have me in it at the time. And now you're trying to take that world away from me.
Quit being a gatekeeper. You're being clouded by your nostalgia and your refusal to see the facts. HD graphics, more exciting combat, an expanded Midgar, and quality voice acting have made this into a more submersive experience than the original could ever be.
Gatekeeper? I'm just trying to show you what a true fan is. The original got me through some tough times, man, and that's an experience that can never be recreated. You don't need HD graphics or voice acting for a game to be submersive. You just need to feel it when you play it, man. I felt like I was Cloud when he was blowing up those Mako reactors, when he was going through his identity crisis, and when he finally pulled through and Tifa was there for him, and then under the high wind when they...
Whoa, wait. You used to fantasize about Tifa, didn't you?
What?
That's what this is all about, isn't it? You're just angry because they reduced her breast size!
They should have left it the way it was, and it's pretty obvious that Square Enix, the real Shinra, are just trying to capitalize on people's nostalgia and emotional connection with the game. And they don't care about the real fans at all. Don't you think it's a little convenient that after the catastrophic failure of Final Fantasy 15, they finally decided to remake Final Fantasy 7? They're just trying to keep their company from tanking and pull it out of the ashes, and they're gonna pull it off too, because people like you are stupid enough to fall for it.
Gatekeeper,
millennial, loser, jerk! Guys, enough. Come on. Settle down. Look, we're all friends here. Look, sit down. Let's talk about this, all right? Look, I think there's enough room in this world for fans of the original and fans of the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Is Square Enix trying to capitalize on people's nostalgia and emotional attachment to the game? Sure they are. But to say somebody's not a true fan just because they didn't play the original in the 90s when it first came out? What kind of hipster garbage is that? If you truly love this game, then you should be happy that there's still new fans who want to play it after all these years, most of which played the original version to prepare themselves for this remake. Not everyone's gonna fall in love with this remake, and that's okay too. Some people prefer turn-based battle to dodging and rolling around the battle screen, and that's fine. But Final Fantasy VII Remake was never intended to divide people and turn friends against each other. It was intended to unite people of all walks of life over their love for this game, its story, and its characters.
Well, he's got a point, I guess. I'm sorry, man.
Good. I'm glad that's over with. Besides, Final Fantasy VII isn't even the best title in the series anyway.
Wait. What?
What about Final Fantasy VI? It had an awesome story that Final Fantasy VII borrowed some of the elements from. Think about it. An evil global empire that controls everything? A high-ranking member of that empire who goes rogue and wants to become godlike? A woman who's a descendant of magical, powerful beings? If you like character development, Final Fantasy VI had like 20 characters, all with their own backstories that you unraveled throughout the game that really put you on an emotional roller coaster. It had the perfect mix of comedy and tragedy too. I mean, Sabin giving a train a suplex? Who wouldn't want to see that in HD, right? That's the game I want to see remade. What?
Kill him!
Hit him. Oh yeah, that's good. Just keep hitting that thing. Eventually, it's gonna pop. There.